I'm Eric Loy, and welcome to Eric Loy Interviews. On this podcast, we talk with folks from the VTuber community on their channels, their talents, their stories, where they come from, and their plans for the future. We'd like to welcome Sola Roulette. Hello.
Hi.
Hey, thank you so much for coming on. Please introduce yourself.
Hello, my name is Sola Roulette. I am Bond Life EN's Eye in the Sky, and, weird little guy.
So I do appreciate you coming on, and again, thanks to the Bond Life folks for allowing talent to do this, because not a lot of companies do. And I do appreciate you coming on. Please tell me, how did you get involved in VTubing in the first place?
Um, for as long as I could remember, I always wanted to be a singer.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't think it could happen at all, and then I would try really hard. Like, I saw, a lot of Vocaloid covers online.
Yeah.
A lot of people, uh, posting that they were singing, and I was like, wow, I wish I could do that. And uh, in like in the recent years, I saw the rise of VTubing, and I was like, wow, I can do singing and not have to show my face because I'm neurodivergent. Like, what at this point, like, most most VTubers are like some kind of neurodivergent, and like they have like anxiety, and that's why they don't want to show their face. But I still wanted to be a singer, and so I thought maybe I could try VTubing. And I saw this one VTuber, Pia PUFO.
Mm-hmm.
That's my Oshi.
Right.
And she is making her dreams come true. And I said to myself, that's what I want to do. And so I'm trying it out.
Yeah. So it sounds like it's a big step for you. I mean, a tentative step, but still a big step for you.
Mm-hmm.
Where you kind of like this is what I want to do, but I'm still kind of feeling my options out as you go.
I don't think I could do anything else in life
Yeah.
at this point.
Yeah. Well, it takes a lot of courage to make a decision like that. If it's not something that you're immediately wanting to do and you just jump into it full steam, it still takes a lot of courage to go out there and put a little part of you out there. And is that something that you haven't been able to do very much earlier on?
I would say so.
Mm.
Like, I would try to like join like school choir, but I wouldn't get picked for solos, so I thought, oh, maybe I'm just bad.
Mm.
I would try talent shows, but like maybe drop out last minute because my parents didn't really care, or it was like not aligned with their schedules,
Right.
or something. Like, there was just stuff that would always get in the way.
So the microphone was always there in your sights, but not exactly within reach when the time came.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
And so like I was thinking like, oh, maybe it's not for me.
Mm.
Maybe there's no way that I can do it. But I think VTubing is a good avenue for people like me who want to achieve their dreams, but also just have never really had the chance.
Oh, it's a wonderful spot for that. It's really given not just the opportunity for folks to show off their talent, but a lot of us to get entertainment from that. I mean, I hope the people who watch and in the chats and get involved in it that way realize that they're getting a cornucopia of talent. I mean, just all you really talented folks get to come on and show what you got, and us non-talented folks get to enjoy it. I mean, when it's not like we're paying a lot of money for it either, you know. So
I mean, I think entertainment is for everyone.
mm, yeah, it
And
is.
like what do you call that? I feel like as as long as entertainment is there to entertain,
Mm,
that I don't know what I was gonna say.
mm.
Sorry.
Yeah, just the fact that you made the pause is profound enough.
Profound.
I knew mentally what you were trying to say. I just couldn't put it into words myself. Um, really, with singing, and you talk about going into choir and stuff. When I was a kid back in the 1700s, we I got involved in choir as a young person because it wasn't because I could really sing. It was because I was loud, and I was loud enough and confident enough as a kid to get in front and do solos of the most basic songs possible. When I got older, I really couldn't hit any notes, so I and didn't like the teacher, so I dropped out of that. But it's again, it's not necessarily whether you can sing or not. It's there's a lot of things that go in that decision. So, but I can imagine as a young person, kind of getting lost in the shuffle there. You're like, okay, well, I guess this is where I'm supposed to be. But now you got that chance to do it on your own.
Yeah, what do you call that? I remember when I was in middle school, one of my favorite idol companies was having auditions, and I really wanted to audition, but I needed my parents' permission, so I was like, okay,
Uh,
that's not gonna happen.
oh, 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 oh. Oh. So you've had this in your sights for a while, haven't you?
I have.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad you're getting this opportunity to do it, and so tell me when you get that microphone on, what's going through your head?
I just really like entertaining people.
Hmm.
I used to think that I couldn't because like I was one of those kids that like just anything I said seemed to be wrong. And then at one point, um, people just started thinking it was really funny. And so I leaned into that. So I was like, okay, yeah, I've just been like, okay, this gets laughs, this does not. Hmm.
That's some savvy there early on. No, this seems to be in my wheelhouse. So I'm going to keep doing this.
Oh,
And for
absolutely.
me, it'd be like falling down stairs or something as a kid. Not more painful. But people seem to like it when I do that. Okay, I'll just
Oh no.
keep throwing myself down the stairs. I didn't need any help. Um, but the for you, how big of a decision is it for you to put yourself in front of the public eye and ear like this? Um, is it very much
I
against your nature, or what type of decision was it?
okay, so like I said, when I was younger,
Mm-hmm.
I really wanted to be a singer, and I remember I was one of those kids at church that would like if we got to church early or something,
Mm-hmm.
um my grandma would tell me like, "Oh yeah, you would go up on stage and start singing and like until like more people came in,
Mm-hmm.
and then when, the pastor would come in, like, like you'd stop and then you'd just come back to your seat." And I was like, "Oh, I knew I wanted to, be on stage for a long time."
Yeah.
I remember, you know, as well, I would want to be part of a lot of uh theater type productions
Mm-hmm.
at school. We didn't
Yeah.
have a lot of chances,
Mm.
but I would jump at the opportunity every time.
Yeah. Yeah. So
So, what do you call that? I feel like But I was like, oh yeah, that's just on the back burner. That's just dreams. I don't think that's gonna happen.
Mm,
But here I am,
yeah,
well into my life, uh, still wanting to make it happen.
yeah. Well,
Uh,
and getting this opportunity too that certainly 20
mhm.
years ago wouldn't have existed. Um, and you don't have to keep that talent hidden from us. We're going to get it, and we're going to find it and get it out of you, no matter what. Uh, but here you get a chance now with VTubing, where your potential audience is about 95% of the world's population. I'm making this easy on you. No pressure. But
Oh yeah.
there's but there's a lot of people out there, and when you got the people coming back to you, and how is that going to set with you? How are you, when you have that community ready to go?
Um, sorry. What do you what do you mean?
No, no problem.
It's not like you're. I'm sorry. Like it's not your questions. It's more like I just want to answer as accurately as I can.
No worries, no worries, no worries. I'm confusing. I confuse myself every day.
No,
Uh,
no, no. I
it's
like I said, it's just me.
now I was saying with a cultivating a community, how tough is that going to be for you, or are you looking forward to something like that?
I don't think that I am capable of forming a community surrounding me specifically.
Mm,
I feel like I'm really good at connecting other communities through myself,
hmm.
if that makes sense.
Facilitator.
Because I've I've noticed that I end up in a lot of different friend groups and in a lot of communities, and I become a bridge of some sort
Hmm. Yeah, you
between
kind of
between communities.
a conduit or a facilitator
Yes,
between two. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Well, I mean, even with that, it's gonna trickle down to you and your personality and your
of course,
channel. And
of
that's
course.
and it's interesting that you have have found this out about yourself. Are you really a person who's that self in I forgot the word I was going to use. Self insightful.
I think a lot.
Mm. Well, there's nothing wrong with
I
that.
have a lot of I've had a lot of time to myself to think and realize and think.
Yeah, yeah. Sometimes that's good. Sometimes it's not. But um, it depends on how you're talking yourself into things.
No, of course. I've um what is it? As I've grown older, I've tried to be more neutral about how I approach thinking about things.
Mm.
It makes me less depressed.
Well, yeah, yeah. It's interesting you bring that up. Neutral. I mean, so many people they look left, right, up, down. Two dimensions. They don't think about just coming in. You know, you don't have to be super willy nilly and super obsessed with something just to try something. Try to
Hmm.
be neutral and take it as it comes. That's interesting. I don't think I've ever heard anybody say that before.
I don't know. I
Really,
just I've been thinking a lot.
yeah, well, really, I don't. And people try to pump themselves up sometimes, maybe over too much to make a jump like this. And to me, it sounds like you're doing your best to be as level headed as possible in making these decisions.
Oh, absolutely.
Wow, that's rare. Um, that's a rare thing you got going there, and it'll probably do you good stead in a lot of different things if you're able to keep that into other situations, um, and not go off the beam too much.
Oh, of course.
Yeah, yeah.
What do you call that? There's a lot of nuance and complicated things that happen within entertainment.
Yes.
And so, like, being able to be level-headed about things really helps, especially when it comes to entertainment.
Yeah.
Because, like, a lot of VTubing is, um, community and, like, a lot of, the weird kids, like, hanging out with the other weird kids because we all found each other. You know,
Quite in a way,
it's
yes, there certainly is.
that's pretty much what VTubing has become.
Yeah.
And even though we all found community with each other through VTubing, I feel like, not everybody is going to get along.
No.
That's just how humans are, right?
Right.
So, um, being level-headed about things and uh, knowing what to fight and what to just let go
Hmm.
and what to, you know, uh,
Embrace.
but yeah, like you
Yeah.
know what I mean.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
so like picking your battles,
Oh,
right?
excellent. Yes.
Picking your battles and picking what you want to deal with and what you don't want to deal with. It's a lot of nuance that some people have not figured out yet, but I feel like it'll come with time. But that's just kind of how the industry goes, especially in VTubing, because VTubing is a lot newer and most most uh people can access it, you know?
Oh, yeah. Can you teach me how to
Because
do
in
that, Master?
sorry, what?
Can you can you teach me how to do that, Master?
Do what? Sorry.
Be level-headed all the time.
Oh, well, that's not all the time. I still crash out here and there,
Yeah.
but uh basically you have to learn not to care.
Mm,
Like genuinely don't care.
yeah. Yeah. And
Because
but be at least be.
some things when you care too much, which I often do, when you care too much, it just stresses you out.
Mm, mm. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
sometimes you just have to stop.
Yeah. And you have to be keep and yeah, like we said over and over again, keep a level head about it. I mean, um, don't just throw the baby out with the bathwater type of thing, but
Hmm.
know when to when to get both feet down on the floor and you know put your roll up your sleeves and go at it as opposed to maybe let that one go by a little bit before see if somebody else picks that one up. That's a that's a to hear something like that from a younger person, a much younger person. Everybody's a younger person than me. Is pretty refreshing, um, and for you to have this type of outlook going into this, um, realism is what I'm looking for. Uh,
Mm.
would you call yourself a realist?
I don't know the exact definition of that, so I wouldn't call myself
Mm.
that. I would like to think I'm I like to be a little delusional. I like to be a little delusional sometimes. I mean, because if I wasn't a little bit delusional, I wouldn't continue to pursue my dreams
Mm.
of like being a singer and try even to be a VTuber, you know?
Right, right.
Um, but a lot I've just been through a lot where
Mm.
things just wouldn't work out, and so I'm like, okay, there's a possibility things don't work out,
Mm.
but I still want to try.
Oh, that's a. I hope you keep that and through the rest of everything because that's not an easy thing to cultivate.
Hmm.
And that you can get into, and I've done this myself. You can get into a long line of self-defeatism, and
Hmm.
I've had lots of periods where I've gone through that over my 7,000 years on this planet. Um, it and it's tough to get out of once you start getting in that spiral. But you sound like you're doing your best to keep yourself out of those spirals.
Yes, I've spiraled many times.
Yeah.
I've spiraled many I've just been through some stuff,
Mm.
but I refuse to spiral back down.
I like that. That's a great attitude to have with this. So, what are your streams going to be? Are you going to be doing some karaoke stuff? Are you going to be lots of gaming? What are you going to do?
I'm not much of a gamer,
Hmm.
so that's why I thought, oh, Irium could be a good place for me because all I do is talk
Hmm.
and get existential and uh sing. So I so I was like, oh, Irium could be a good place for me.
Yeah.
And that's how I ended up in Bond Live again.
Wow. That's it's definitely over the last couple of months, really, it seems like it's really expanding quite a bit, Ethereum,
Mhm,
and that type of format. Um, it's still very very different than a say a Twitch stream,
of
um,
course.
or anything like that. With the Ethereum format, it for you is do you think this is going to be more comfortable for you than say going on Twitter and trying to keep that up going, or going on Twitch and trying to keep that going?
I think Irium is just easier because you don't have to think about your layout. You don't have to think about redeems and like all the fancy things that come with Twitch. Like all the fancy things on Twitch are like really nice and
Mm-hmm.
it's really fun and interactive.
Mm-hmm.
But um Irium itself is pretty much just talking and like interacting with your audience.
Oh, it very
And
much is that.
so that's basically what I do on Twitch for the most part.
Yeah,
Uh, but also there's like almost no latency on Irium, which I really like.
yeah.
So
I'm still amazed by that.
it's like you're on a what did I call it? Like a FaceTime call with your Oshi.
Yeah, and even that is, I'll tell you, it's better latency than FaceTime calls. I mean, sometimes,
I've never had an iPhone, so I don't use FaceTime, so I
yeah.
don't know the accuracy of that of that
Well,
sentiment. But
it's scary almost sometimes. I'll go on and say hi to somebody, and almost before I've got it typed out, it's like, "Hi, Eric." Okay. Um, hello. It's like, did
oh
the camera
yeah,
turn on or
because
something?
there's almost no way to lurk on Irium.
No, no, which is fine because I think that's what it's. I mean, you can lurk on there, but it's kind of made for that type of one-on-one
Mhm.
interaction. Um, and I kind of look at it like if you're on a YouTube or a Twitch stream, you're interacting with a blob of people. Like
Hmm.
there's like you and there's a pack of X amount of people. With Irium, it seems like it's you and several different individuals.
It,
Because
it it calls out every single person,
mhm,
and you get to know those people, and I think it's really cool.
yeah, you have to keep on your toes though. Mhm.
Of course.
Yeah. And are you worried about getting overwhelmed a little bit with that?
Oh no. Like I said before, I I have become like a conduit between like a lot of friend groups
Yeah.
and like so I'm just typically just around a lot of people usually.
That reminds me of the
Um
old telephone operator scenes you see in movies where people would take and you hook up one person with another person and with a please, please hold and you connect with people. That's neat. Um, so what are your goals going to be with this as you go forward, or have you set any?
um I I used to think I didn't have any goals, but I really want to get up on a stage and sing for people.
Mm.
That's really like one of my main goals.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, Maybe one day off Kai stage. Who knows?
Ooh. Well,
That'd be crazy.
I want to know what type of music you're going to be singing.
Um, the standard VTuber idol songs, of course. I really like R&B and hip hop,
Oh, neat.
and it'd be really cool to
Uh,
like bring that to the table.
that
Um,
that would be neat. I like to see that and I'd like to hear it. Is that it? If you were to do a cover, what would you do? Or do you have an idea for that?
a cover, sorry.
Yeah, cover song.
I already have a few in the works, actually.
Yeah, yeah. Are they the R&B types or are they the idol songs?
They're like more like the idol songs.
Mhm. Yeah. So
Hmm.
in the works, does that mean
In the
you
works.
you've already sung it and it's being mixed or?
Yes.
Okay, so we're gonna keep an eye on that and an ear on it too. Um, are you nervous about it?
No. I've I had been posting uh stuff like that for like years now,
Hmm.
probably about like a decade or so.
Yeah.
It never got any traction because I would just kind of like not show people. I was
Hmm.
just like, "Oh, I'll post it." Um, but um I guess with the whole VTubing thing and joining a company and joining Irium and all of these opportunities around me, I think I'm the most ready as I can be now.
Hmm. You bring this perspective of being of how of your voice and everything of being a very solid as a rock person. I get and
I do.
but yeah, but then you start giggling at it. like,
Oh, I'm not. Oh, what do you call that? I I guess I guess it's because I just to me it's like whatever because this is how I think now. Like this is just a normal thought to me,
mm,
and I'm just kind of like, oh, whatever.
yeah. Well, a lot of that does come with life experiences. And if you go through a few things, you tend to start um, sorting the wheat from the chaff, so to speak. Like, I don't really need to be bothered with this. I'm
Absolutely.
this is not something I care about enough to. You deal with that. I'm gonna handle the. I'll you put out the little bonfire. I'm gonna go and try to get the forest fire. That type of thing. Um, and it's that's something that comes with a lot of experience and it. I hate to think that you've been through all that, but and come through and had to come through that sort of experience. But have you had to do that sort of thing? Has it been really rough on you to get to be where you are now?
Um, I I've just lived through what I've lived. I don't think I've had it as rough as some other people have.
Mm,
Uh, I've made a lot of decisions that put me in situations that I didn't that I shouldn't have had to be in, but I came out smarter for it.
yeah.
Uh, I ended up in situations that I had no control over,
Mm,
and I just ended up having to deal with whatever came my way.
mm.
And um at this point, uh I'm like, okay, I'm still here.
Yeah.
I might as well live.
And there's your T-shirt. You put that on the T-shirt. I'm still here. I might as well live.
Just put out a T-shirt that says YOLO. We have to bring that back.
Yeah. That's. I'm sorry you had to go through all that. I mean, everybody has their own things to go through, but I've always talked about this, and I maintain it to this day that people aren't really the product of their circumstances, but they're the triumph that emerges from those circumstances. And
Mm.
it sounds like you're getting that.
Oh yeah.
You know, you realize, you know what? Um, they've already done things to me. Life's already done a few things. Let's grab it by the throat and do what I want to do now.
Absolutely.
Hmm. Well, grip that throat tight. Make sure you use the thumb on the
Hmm?
grip the throat tight. Make sure you wring everything you
No,
get out of it.
I don't think I want to do that.
I mean,
I
I'm.
we Can I just talk with life? Like we can just have a talk. Like, hey man.
Just settle down there. Just settle down. We'll deal with it. The For you, you mentioned having a favorite VTuber before you came on.
Oh yes.
When did you discover VTubing?
Um, when was that? When Kizuna Eye was like gaining traction,
Mm-hmm.
because my brother he was more into anime stuff around that time,
Right.
so he told me about Kizuna Eye, and I was like, oh wow, that's really cool, but I didn't think too much of it, right?
Right.
Because like she was like affiliated with like stuff in Japan, and I was like, oh that's like that's really like out of reach for me. Like I don't think I could do anything like that.
Right.
Um, and so like I just like kind of put it on the back burner, and then around 2021,
Mm-hmm.
I no 2022.
Okay.
Around 2022, I was able to start going to more conventions.
Mm.
And at one of those conventions that I went to, there was uh, what is it? There was a table for a little company called Kawa Entertainment, and I was like, oh wow, they have VTubers, and one of the designs really caught my eye because I love me an alien. I love me an alien and Miku colored hair.
Yes.
Uh, and so I was like, wow, she looks really cool. And so I followed her socials, and I've been a I've been a big fan since then.
Mm. And when you first saw them on the stream and doing doing their thing online,
Hmm.
um, did that appeal to you right away? Once you saw what they
Oh,
were up to?
absolutely.
Yeah.
No, she's really funny.
Yeah.
She's
That's
really funny. She's really goofy. And I tuned in and I fell in love pretty much. I was like, "Oh wow."
that's and seeing did you see yourself immediately in that sort of thing, or did it gradually kind of catch you more over time?
It was more over time.
Mm.
Because I did like I said, I had, tried like posting my singing online like years ago.
Yeah.
And I would join little, voice acting projects here and there. But I'd have to be quiet, and I have to make myself small at home because I live with my parents,
Right.
and so I was still trying though,
Right.
behind their back, but like I was still trying.
Yeah.
But then at that time when I discovered VTubing and gained my Oshi, I wasn't living with my parents anymore, and so I could do more things. And I started developing like what what could I try
Mm.
and what can I do.
Well, what you'd be comfortable
And
with, what you'd, yeah,
hmm
and that sort of.
and so and I had like a little bit of experience with it because
Mm.
um I've tried streaming with my face, but I just didn't like it because it was with my face. I would get self-conscious
Mm.
and get like nervous to even start streaming or anything.
I understand that
And
completely.
so and so I like just put it off a lot. But when I realized that people can use, like a VTuber model, I was like, wow, I can finally do what I've been meaning to for years without like having to think about, oh, is my hair okay today? Oh, I have a pimple, or oh,
Mm.
I need to do my makeup. Like, I didn't have to think about that kind of stuff when
And
all I really wanted to do was just go live and just
yeah,
do
yeah,
what I wanted to.
and worry about what's going on behind you as
Hmm.
as oh, I've got to wash the walls, that sort of thing. That doesn't look good, But for me,
Hmm.
that's that. Well, I was in radio for 35 years, so I mean, I didn't really show my face very much at all. But
Mm.
I can tell you the one time they put me up on a billboard, I about wrecked my car. I'm like, what are you doing? Why am I up there? I'm
No, I see myself in places sometimes, and I'm like, I get scared.
mm.
And I'm like, what's that? Why did you do that?
It's like seeing a ghost. Like, no, get it away, get it away. And then I got a copy that I showed my grandson that, and he's like, "That was you?" Yes, it was me. Told you I was on the radio back then, but um, that type of that's a self. It's a self confidence issue in a way.
Of
Um,
course.
uh, do you think that with VTubing, you've kind of improved how you feel about yourself?
Um, not necessarily with VTubing. It's more stuff in, the background.
Hmm.
Um, I don't think I could have pursued VTubing if I wasn't at the same time becoming more mentally resilient,
Mm,
if that makes sense.
it definitely makes sense. It definitely makes sense.
Hmm.
And I like the term mentally resilient too. Um, as you come up with it, you're really good at turning phrases. You know that. You, I'm stealing a
I
lot of
um
these.
what do you call that? Like I said, I've just been thinking a lot. I if I didn't if I could have gone through college, I probably would have become like an English professor or something.
Mm, you should get in Scrabble tournaments.
I've been doing my Wordle dailies.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Uh,
yeah. I've enjoyed that a lot, the Wordle stuff. But um, on a certain website of a newspaper out in the largest
mhm.
city on the coast, which has taken away a lot of stuff, and you have to pay for it, which I'm not going to do. Um, but yeah, I'm a daily Wordle guy now. I have to figure that out. Okay, I got to ask you this. Do you have an opening word that you use every time
An opening word?
for Wordle?
No, I just feel it out.
She's just close your eyes and let it come to you. Nah,
I think a good starting one is audio
yep,
because it gets A, I, and U
yep.
and O.
Mine is adieu.
I do. Oh,
Yeah, and from
that's pretty
there,
good.
I kind of grew up learning the shapes of words, if that makes any sense. Um, and how words are structured usually. So I
Mm.
can I can kind of think that way through it. I'd say I'm got a pretty good rate on that. The other day I actually did it in two guesses, which floored me. Like, how in the world does that happen? Oh, I love Scrabble. I play Scrabble all the time. Um, actually got in a couple of tournaments, and you
Mm.
talk about scary. Um,
Oh yeah,
these people.
I can't. I don't think I could do tournaments. I don't think my ego could take it.
Oh,
I mean, there's not much there anyway, but
yeah. It.
um,
I mean, the competition is one thing, but the people there are savants.
oh yeah, people get really intense.
Oh,
Like for tournaments or and like competitions, people get really intense,
yeah,
and I don't think I can handle it. I'm
yeah.
just like, okay, like chill, I know it's serious, but it's not that serious. Like,
They get really mad when you beat them too.
yeah. And like, that's not a you problem, that's a them problem,
That's
but it's
right.
also like I still feel bad. I'm like, "Oh, I'm sorry that I'm better than you, I guess. I don't know."
Yeah, I'll pat myself on the back later. Thank you very much. It but to come into something like that and something that you enjoy and go that little extra, like going into a tournament or something. Um, you got to have a little self confidence to do that,
Mhm.
and even with what you're doing now, you got to have it built up that you think you can do it, you'd like to do it, and you're not
Mhm.
minding getting in front of people to do it. Um, it it's a it's a tough choice for people. I mean, if you had a if you saw somebody if somebody come up to you in a chat and said, I'd like to try this, but I don't really know um, if I have the capacity to do it or I'd be good at it, what would you tell them?
If someone asked me,
How to get in or
um,
should I get in? That
yeah,
type of
how
thing.
to if they would want to get into it,
Yeah.
I okay, I've had to be really careful about things like this
Hmm.
because people have asked me and then I tell them and then uh people don't like a realistic answer.
Yeah,
Uh
that's true. That's exactly
I've
true.
I've realized
Yes.
that people don't like a realistic answer.
Yep.
So, if it was someone who the answer does change depending on the person.
Right.
So if it was someone that I didn't know very well,
Hmm.
I'd be like, go for it, try it.
Yeah.
But if it was someone that I knew and like if I knew that like they were like kind of nilly-willy about a lot of things, I'd be like, you should try it, but you're gonna have to work really hard to get where you want to be because it's not just gonna fall into your hands. Trust. But if I know like they work really hard, I'm like, you can do it.
Yeah.
I know you could.
Yeah. Oh, such a realist.
it
It's that's tough to do. It's tough to because if
it really is.
you don't want to build them up to where they're going to be horribly
To probably
disappointed
like
later.
yeah, like just disappointed because like I've been there. I don't want to do that to people like where like you get built up and then you're just sometimes you're just not good enough. Like
Well, yeah, it is. It's
sometimes that's just how it is.
and I
Um,
bring up like baseball, Major League Baseball.
mm,
There are a lot of good baseball players. The best are a handful. There's some really
mhm,
good baseball players that are playing in the minor leagues that aren't going to get a chance to play in the majors. They're really good at it,
mhm,
but they're not the elitist. I mean, they can still do all right, but um, not everybody is going to be the best at what they're doing.
exactly.
Yeah.
Like it really but like sometimes you can work really hard and you still will never be up there with the best,
Hmm.
and people have a really hard time coming to terms with that.
Yes.
And that's not a thing that's the most encouraging to hear.
Hmm.
But like at this point, like that's how I think.
Yeah.
and I don't like lying to people. Like I will lie about things that don't matter. Like if like a coworker would ask me, "Do you like anime?" and I'm like, "No." Um, but like if it's like things like this where it can affect your future and it can affect how you view life and how you approach life
Hmm.
at all,
Yeah,
uh, things that can change your outlook. Um, it it's really complicated.
it is. But I have full faith that a thoughtful person such as yourself will come up with the right answer.
I could only hope.
Yeah, it's it, it, I'm really glad that you got a chance to meet you here because um it's refreshing to hear an outlook like yours and how
Oh, thank you.
I'm thinking that you're more like the do no harm type of thing with people. um, don't push them to the point where they're going to fly off the edge, but don't crush them while you're doing it.
Hmm.
That sort of thing. I do appreciate that, especially in a place that these days where you don't have a lot of gray area. People don't look at the gray;
Hmm.
they look at the one side or the other. But it sounds like you're trying to think in three dimensions, and I always appreciate that. Um, and I'm really looking forward to hearing more from you and catching up with you on Arium and such. Congratulations on that and the Bond Live, and getting a chance to do what you've always wanted to do, which is get up there and entertain people.
Thank you.
It's going to be a lot of fun to see what you bring to the table. We're going to have all the links for Sola in the description for this interview. Um, Check out Sola. Yeah, I think you found from this interview what an interesting person we've been talking to, and I can't imagine anything but good stuff coming from what they've got going. Thanks again for coming on.
Lord, thank you. Thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you for listening to Eric Loy Interviews. Join us again next time when we talk to another member of the always interesting VTuber community.